my name's Carlee Taylor. Some of you might know me from such videos as Carlee going over a cliff, top climbing tips from Carlee Taylor, aka what not to do, and many more embarrassing videos that are on YouTube. But today, it's couch time with Carlee Taylor. Normally I sprawl myself out in a star-like position, but because I'm wearing a skirt, I'm feeling more ladylike, and I'm just going to gradually decline and start almost lying down, because why sit when you can lay? Top tip from Carlee again. Okay, yes, in the background we have Nathan Haas laughing at every single thing I say, because 99.9% of the time I talk crap. The last couple of weeks I actually haven't done much racing because I was recovering from 2 broken ribs and a broken collarbone that I didn't actually know I'd broken, which made training a little bit hard for a while there, but I'm all good now, and I actually have spent a fair bit of time up in Andorra. And yeah, that's up at altitude, and I went with Nettie Edmondson. And people that don't know Nettie or the type of rider I am, I'll give you a little bit of a hint. I'm a climber, she's a sprinter. So we were at a place that only goes up and down, which means we might be going for a 4-hour ride, but really we were riding next to each other for probably about 4 minutes of that 4-hour ride, because unfortunately I like to climb the hills a little bit faster and she likes to descend a little bit faster. So it actually worked out really well, and we had no fights, because after every training session we were watching Game of Thrones. I would always pretend I was going to study Spanish or Italian, but it never happened. And yeah, then came back to Girona, and it's super hot, and I raced for the first time in 2 months on the weekend, which was a bit of a shock to the system. And now for a quick video clip of our time in Andorra.
Sprinter go to altitude together. It's all about handicaps, and I got one on the descent, but I'm pretty sure she's coming. There she is, damn it!
So at the moment, because Nettie is on my lounge and I wanted to sit down on a lounge, I'm actually at the bike shop in Girona bike breaks, and last week they had the Girona Gran Fondo. Please stop feed station, yes please. And yeah, it was an awesome week. They had a couple events with the Nocturne and the Els Angels hill climb, and yeah, there was a lot of people in Girona actually, and I love going to this bike shop in particular because they always service my bike straight away, and they speak English, which means I don't have to learn Spanish and keep on watching Game of Thrones. Serving wine, smiley faces, and watermelon. I mean, it's a combination that's a win-win all round. And I definitely would stop. Girona is a pretty big cycling mecca in Spain, and I've lived here for 4 years. And yeah, last week with the Gran Fondo, even more cyclists came, and there was about 400 people that came just for the Gran Fondo. And it's awesome seeing every year it getting bigger and bigger, and people enjoying some of the loops that us pros ride on to every day or a lot. Sometimes when you haven't raced for a while and you think, oh, it's okay that I'm not racing a race, and then as soon as it starts, you're actually like, I wish I was racing, which was a little bit like Nettie and I last week. But yeah, I think the women's tour actually is probably one of the hardest tours of the year, and everyone thinks it's the Giro that might be the hardest, but the course and how it's raced in the women's tour always makes like such a hard week. And yeah, I think last week the women's tour again was a super hard tour, and they made it even harder. But it's also awesome to see someone win that wasn't expected, and to win solo with Cassia to see like that stay away and then for her to hold the jersey for the whole week. It's kind of awesome to see that, because apart from her breakaway, it was almost a sprint almost every day, and so she really showed it to everyone. And having had a lot of podiums in the Spring Classics and not that win, I was actually super happy to see that. And also she's a hill climber, so us hill climbers have to stick together. But yeah, I think it was a hard tour, and it's going to bring a lot of people up for their nationals this weekend, which is such a stressful weekend for us Aussies, because we're just continually refreshing Twitter. I mean, that's the only good thing about having nationals in January, because now we get to relax. 3 insider tips about the women's tour. I'm actually, I guess, it's not really a surprise, but I think Cassia is on awesome form coming into the Giro. For her to get 3.5 minutes on a peloton solo and then stay away, it shows form. Another insider tip, I think, I was surprised about Dolmans, actually. I thought that maybe they might be a bit stronger, leading, being pretty close now to the Giro. And I reckon my third top tip would be the Barnes versus Barnes rivalry. You don't want to get involved in trying to get that jersey. Luckily, I'm British, but I actually don't compete for Britain, so I'm all good. But yeah, it was kind of funny to see the little sister and the big sister swapping jerseys day after day. I think as a parent, you almost have to go for the older child, because then, the younger one has time. I think it's hard. At least, though, if you shout out the last name, as a parent, you're covering both bases, and you're not choosing a favourite. So you're just going to have to go last name. Team Barnesy. I was gone for I've been here for almost 2 months. I'm gone for a total of 2 days for one race, and then I see all these videos going up of jumping into watering holes and enjoying the water and splashing around while I was travelling for about 12 hours to a race in Italy. Okay, yes, it was along a lake, and it was actually quite beautiful and nice. But yeah, I'm pretty happy that they chose the one time that I happened to be away to have an awesome day. But I'm definitely going to be here for the next one, so yeah, watch out. So thanks for watching the first episode of Couch Time with Carlee Taylor. And tune in next time when I'm going to attempt to do a full gaming and just take some KOMs around Girona. Yeah, also we might have a guest appearance cameo, so tune in next time. Adios.